There's no drain plug up underneath these gearboxes, just a metal bolt plate up on top. And what kind of grease or oil should we be putting inside these? Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB, and if you have a Cub Cadet 3X or any other similar style brand snowblower with an auger gearbox looking like this, I'm going to show you how to maintain it. First, you'll want to run the snowblower for about 5 minutes with the auger spinning. This will get the fluid inside that gearbox flowing. Next, bring the snowblower into a flat level working area with cardboard underneath. This, without a doubt, has the potential to get messy. Next, pull the spark plug to prevent any unwanted startups. There we go. Now, this part is optional. What I'm gonna do is take off this forward-facing auger so that way we can access the gearbox a little bit better and so you can see a little bit more clearly as to what's going on. And why do I feel like I'm working on the inside of an Eggo waffle box? Now, I've had some subscribers ask me over the years, how do I remove this black cap here on the forward-facing auger? Well, just like that. Next, what I'm gonna do is remove this bolt and this big washer here. It's a 1/2-inch bolt. Let's take it off. And off she comes. Now here I have a shear pin. I'm gonna remove this. You are coming with me, my buddy. There we go. Shear pin slides right out, and then this auger should just come right off. Boom. And to help this video take off with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you very much. Getting my ratchet in here is so much easier now. I have 4 3/8 bolts right here on top. We're gonna remove this cover. Let's get to work. They're not in there too tight. Now I'm actually a little excited to see what's inside this thing. There should be oil inside. Is there not enough? Is it really dirty? Is there none at all? Time will tell. Moment of truth, what's inside? He's on there pretty good. Can we take a flathead screwdriver to it? Ugh. My God, I'm moving the whole snowblower. There it is. Little love tap. Peel this guy back. This gasket is pretty much cooked. Ah, we do got oil in there. Okay, so here's a closer look. We do have some oil inside, and it looks to be in fairly decent shape. It does have some flakes from what I can see kind of floating on top, but I don't see any chunks or anything like that in there. And I don't see any heavy wear going on this worm gear up on top. So that's a good sign. Now I'm gonna remove this gasket up here on top. There you go. What's also nice to know is that this is the appropriate amount of oil that should be inside, and there's no leaks going on, so that's a great thing. Finally, a bit of good news for this 3X. So now what I'm gonna do is use my oil extraction pump here to siphon out all the oil that's inside. This should get about 98% of everything that's in there. So we're just gonna stick it in. I'm gonna start pumping. There it goes. It's going down. This is the thick stuff. You can see it's creeping out of there real slow. That must be some thick oil. Oh, she's going, baby. She's going in. Even after warming it up for a few minutes, this stuff is just thicker oil. It's gonna take some time to get out. Jeez Louise, like watching paint dry. Give her a few more pumps. Come on, pump it up. Arnold would be so proud. I can't even like pull on this thing anymore. There's so much pressure in there. Should start to hear some bubbles now. It's starting to get low. I can see some air pockets traveling up here. I still don't see any big chunks inside or anything. There we go. Talk to me, baby. I'm gonna stick this in all 4 corners. I think that's about it. We're just sucking air at this point. So now as we take a closer look inside here without all the oil inside, we can see that there are 4 bearings. There's one up here on the front, one here on the back side, which you can easily see right there. And then there's one bearing here on this side, and then one bearing here on this side, which is probably part of the reason why these gearboxes are so expensive. The gears inside this thing look great. There's hardly any wear. And what I'm trying to get a good close look at is the gear on the auger shaft down here, and that one appears to have no wear whatsoever, from what I can tell. Now the big question is, what do we use to refill it? Well, Cub Cadet recommends that we use this Cub Cadet Drive System Fluid Plus. The number for this is 737-3120. I wonder whose phone number that is. 737-31. And the number here on the bottle is 490-000-C051. And Cub Cadet only calls for 4 ounces of this for this procedure. 4 ounces going in. That should do. That is not very much. Whoa. This has a funky smell to it. All right, 4 ounces going in. Boom, boom, boom. I'll leave that there to kind of do the drippy drippy. It appears to be about halfway up the worm gear, which was originally what we had in the first place. That should do. Now, according to MTD, the oil level should cover the lower bearing section of the housing. And this looks a lot cleaner compared to the previous oil that was in it before. The other oil was very cloudy, so I'm glad I did this. Now, to seal this all up, I have a brand new gasket here, and I'll have this link down below in the description. This is the one that matched up with my model number, and I'm gonna place place it on just as I found it. Pretty simple here. Gasket goes right up on top. Looks like a perfect fit. And then we're gonna take our cover and we're gonna place that on just as I found it, like that. Next in, I'm gonna twist in my bolts by hand, thread them in, get them all lined up perfectly, make sure my gasket doesn't shift around, which it doesn't appear to be. Now from here, I'm just gonna tighten these down to the point where they're just starting to feel snug because I do have to torque them down. Pretty good. And now I'm gonna go in a crisscross pattern, just like you use with your lug nuts on your car. This way you get everything evenly tightened. Good. Now, an important step. Now, MTD says that we have to torque those 4 bolts down between 90 and 120 inch-pounds. This torque wrench is in inch-pounds, and I'm gonna set it to about 100. That should do. Same thing, crisscross pattern until we hear the clicks. Almost. There it is. Next one, crisscross pattern, tighten it down. There it is. Next one. There it is. Good. Now from here, I'm gonna lube up my shaft with some red and tacky grease. Since we can't get to any of the other auger shafts, we might as well do this one. Nice little layer here, coat it all up. Cool. And from here, I'm gonna glide my auger back on. There we go, give it a little spin. I'm gonna line up my shear pin holes, slide in my shear pin. Time to play the game, let's find the hole. And there we go. From here, I'm gonna lock in my shear pin. That'll do us just fine. And from there, I'm just gonna thread in my bolt and my washer back on the front, tighten that bad boy down, and the famous black cover goes back on. And last step, reconnect the spark plug. Good. Okay, guys and gals, this gearbox has been properly lubricated. Everything's back the way it should be. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go fire it up. All right, let's fire up that gearbox. Looking pretty good so far. A couple minutes have gone by now. I don't see any leaks going on. We're good to go. Yep, all looks good in there. Now here's a few tips and tricks to help you out with this procedure. When removing the bolts on the top of the gearbox, I would not use an impact driver. It has too much power and the potential to strip out the holes inside the gearbox, so a socket wrench will do you just fine. Next up, the gasket. This gasket only cost about $12 as of the filming of this video. Not much, but it's recommended that you replace this gasket every single time you check the oil level here. Now the oil. No doubt about it, this single quart of oil is expensive. I think I paid a little over $30 for this 1 quart, but if you're only using 4 ounces at a time, this 1 quart should last you a very long time. And I did a little research on this, and I found that one gentleman who worked for a Cub Cadet dealer had the factory tell him that you could use Rotella T6 synthetic 5W40 oil, and it's the same as this Cub Cadet Drive System Fluid Plus. However, I could only find a 5-quart jug of that oil, and it was roughly the same cost as this 1 single quart. That's a lot of extra oil to have on hand since I'm only checking this every so often. I also heard that Rotella 15W40 also worked well. Normally I recommend using 75W90 full synthetic gear oil for most gearboxes. It usually flows better in colder temperatures, but that 75W90 gear oil didn't seem to quite match the recommendations I was finding in my research. Whichever oil you decide to use, I would not recommend filling that gearbox up any higher than I showed you with 4 ounces of oil inside that gearbox because it could create too much pressure inside. Now, how often should you check the gearbox on this Cub Cadet 3X? Well, I typically recommend checking the gearbox at least once a season, but given the need for a new gasket and the expensive Cub Cadet oil, if you're keeping an eye on it and you're not seeing any leaks and you're not using the unit commercially, you could possibly check it every other year to make sure that everything's in proper working order. Well, what does the manual say? Actually, nothing. There isn't a single mention of this gearbox in this entire owner's manual. They talk about the chute though on probably at least 10 different pages. Seriously, it's like half the manual. And there really isn't much good info online about this procedure either. It's kind of like MTD doesn't even want you to touch this thing. Kind of crazy because this is one of their most expensive snowblowers and there's no info on it. Now, what if your gearbox is leaking oil out the sides? Or you're hearing strange noises coming from the gearbox? Unfortunately, I have to tell you that your gearbox's days are numbered. It's going to be an incredibly time-consuming and costly repair to get that fixed. And depending on the size of your snowblower, I've seen these gearbox assemblies range anywhere from $350 all the way up to over $650. Then tack on labor charges, and you're at over a third of the cost of your snowblower here. But if you see oil leaking out, you could try adding something like grease instead. This really doesn't come out as easily, and it could be a quick fix for you. This 00 grease is a good alternative, but it's a little tricky to find, and I managed to find this at Tractor Supply. Now, if you really wanted to get crazy, you could tap and drill a grease fitting to the top of this gearbox. This way, if you wanted to add grease whenever you want, all you gotta do is hook up a grease gun and give it a few pumps. Just be sure, like I mentioned earlier, not to overfill it. It's also a great idea to grease your auger shaft as well. I did a full video on how to do this procedure, and I'll have that link down below in the description. This will help prevent your augers from seizing to that shaft and possibly doing damage to your gearbox. As expensive as this 3X is, this snowblower does not have any grease fittings here on this auger shaft to prevent these augers from seizing, which is pretty crazy considering the cost of this snowblower runs over $2,100. Now, if you have a Cub Cadet snowblower like this and you want to make it last as long as you possibly can, then be sure to check out my full snowblower rust proofing course linked down below in the description as well. Also, it's a great idea to leave some cardboard underneath your snowblower to ensure that there's no leaks taking place. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.